Police officer Megan Hall of La Verne Police Department is at the forefront of the investigation after it was revealed in December that she's engaged in an S-word relationship with at least 4 male police officers. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, going to go over a story titled 5 Tennessee Cops Fired for Having You-Know-What on Duty. Reports reveal a woman officer at the Center of Investigation hosted a Girls Gone Wild hot tub party where she took off her top and had vodka poured down her throat. And guys, this article, not a story, but an actual article, is obviously, just like I said, the title, about a bunch of cops that got themselves into some hot water. We're having a big group you-know-what thing going on at this woman's house. And by the way, this female police officer, to no surprise, is in fact married, as I believe all the other cops are. And now they've all lost their job for what was going on. And this is a perfect example, guys, of the saying you can't make this SHIT up, and that we're living in a Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0 world. All of these are police officers. It's just good Lord. So I'm going to go through this article here. You'll see more what I'm talking about. Starts off, it says here, 4 police officers from the Nashville suburb of La Verne were fired for allegedly, having you-know-what on duty with a female cop, who was also fired and accused of taking her top off at what the local mayor called a Girls Gone Wild hot tub party. Patrol Officer Megan Hall of La Verne Police Department is at the forefront of the investigation after it was revealed in December that she engaged in a S-word relationship with at least 4 male officers. At least 4? You mean to say it could have been more? Fellow patrol officers Juan Lugo Perez, Louis Powell, Detective Seneca Shields, and Sergeant Henry Ty McGowan admitted to the accusations, according to the report, with Shields claiming he had oral you-know-what with Hall in the department's gym while on duty. At the gym? When people are working out and sweating and all that? Hall, who is married, shocker, is also accused of revealing her breast while at a steamy family Memorial Day boat party with Patrol Officer Patrick Magliocco, whatever the hell that's pronounced, who was also suspended, and fellow officers David Durham and Eric Statz. How many different guys are we talking about here? Well, welcome to the 2020s, where you can't be a strong, empowered woman without hooking out with everybody in town or everybody on the police force. Magliocco said that Statz, himself, Durham, and Hall were in the hot tub when Hall's top came off before he and Hall went off to have you-know-what in the bathroom, the report reads. The bathing suit top just happened to come off. And they're all supposed to be on duty while this is going on here. This is not a good thing to do at a time period where a lot of the public has obviously anger and frustrations, and in some cases disdain, towards police. I'm a big supporter of the police, but unfortunately you get some bad apples that get themselves into trouble, and this is... It says here, K9 Officer Larry Holliday and Patrol Officer Gavin, these names, Showburl, were also suspended and charged with S-word harassment after exchanging S-word images with Hall. So we got 2 other new people to the list. Are there going to be any more cops in this town after everybody having fun with her? The hot tub party, also attended by several of the male officers' wives, was hosted on Stat's boat. Magliocco was seen pouring vodka down Hall's throat moments before she took off her top. So the wives were there? Are we back to the 70s? The report reads that Hall's top came off and Statz helped put it back on because he was trying to protect her. Oh, okay. I'm glad he was a gentleman here. Hall then pulled Magliocco into the restroom and asked if he wanted to F-U-C-K, and later gave him oral you-know-what when they got off the boat. Wow, he helped her, and look what he got. Hall was open about her relationships with the other officers and once bragged to Magliocco about Officer Powell's sausage after performing oral on him while on duty, according to the report. Oh, and by the way, guys, I will include the link to this article, and you'll get to see what all these dudes look like. And I know you're dying to know what she looks like. You'll get to see plenty of pictures of her. Durham and Stats claim they didn't have an inappropriate relationship with Hall. Sure about that? Powell, who was married, initially denied having an escrow relationship with Hall several times and claimed that everybody knows she has multiple partners. He later confessed. Magliocco told investigators on December 13th that he and his wife had been in an open relationship with Hall since the spring of 2022. Open relationship, Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0. These things don't work. It's going to cause a mess wherever you go. Even if the couple are both on equal views and terms about the open relationship, open marriage, still, it's going to screw things up for other people in one form or another. He revealed that one day Hall's husband walked in on her and his wife and wasn't on board with the open relationship. And yet, this guy, I guess, stayed with her. At one party, Hall and Magliocco's wife started kissing, and Hall's husband came in the room and seemed upset, the report reads. Another relationship where obviously the wife wanted the open relationship, open marriage. He didn't want to, but he let her have it and stayed anyway. And of course, she did what she did, and look at this mess. Hall appeared to keep her S-word relationships a secret from her husband and asked other officers to borrow money to book hotels. Well, the truth always comes out. Magliocco told investigators that he was concerned for Hall's mental health since she became heavily intoxicated at his house party in early December and drove home drunk. A police officer drove home drunk, huh? Hall voiced harmful thoughts and on multiple occasions said that she should not be alone, the report reads. Magliocco reported his concerns to the department on December 8. Hall told Officer Holliday, who was suspended for sending explicit images, that she had bad days. So on her bad days, these guys are more than happy to cheer her up in one form or another. Let them see their candy canes during Christmas. Holliday told investigators that he once invited Hall and other officers to his home to watch football, and there was heavy drinking. Holliday reported that there was talk of a threesome with him, Hall, and Holliday's ex, the report heads. Holliday reported nothing happened at the party. Well, unfortunately, everybody's credibility is nothing now, given the events that happened. The officer admitted to having an S-word relationship with Hall and meeting her in a hotel room for SCX. Their last encounter was in mid-November. Hall told Officer Holliday, who was suspended for sending explicit images, that she had bad days. I guess I read that part. Holliday told investigators that he once invited Hall and other officers to his home to what... You know what? They actually typed that twice in this article. My bad. I will skip past that. Before Hall was officially hired on the force, she had met up with Officer McGowan's house and her husband and another female. At the time, Hall was a candidate and had taken her clothes off along with the other female. What is with this department? This is like out of a PORN movie. Hall's husband got upset, the report reads. During the visit, McGowan admitted taking out his you-know-what with Hall in the room and taking a photo of it. He sent that photo to Hall. McGowan denied having SCX with Hall, but revealed explicit photos and videos that he received from her. Another employee revealed that McGowan approached her while on duty and choked her. He was terminated amid the S-word engagement and workplace violence allegations. You know, there are so many names here of different dudes that are involved here. I'm having a hard time keeping track. Hall initially denied having S-word relationships with all the men except for Holliday, which he insisted was only at his house or in hotels. Oh, well, that makes it all better. But she admitted to sending nude images to other officers on shift, including Holliday, Magliocco, and Officer Schoberl. She later backtracked to confess to Magliano, but denies being involved with his wife. Oh, again, because she's been so upfront and honest up to this point, as well as the others. Magliocco discussed having a threesome with Magliocco's wife. However, nothing ever happened on that topic, the report reads. Hall also confirmed that she had S-word relations with Lugo Perez and Pal. Lugo Perez initially denied the claims to the investigators, but later admitted that he did have sex with Hall while at the Go-Kart USA in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. He also confessed to exchanging nude images with Hall. Good Lord. This girl has a never-ending appetite for police sausage. Well, she's obviously done in that career, so probably her next step is going to probably get a job as a firefighter, and then she can get a whole bunch of firefighter sausage and lose that job. Maybe join the military. Who knows? Hall confessed to an ongoing relationship with McGowan despite his pushback and denial. Finishes up here saying Hall confirmed she had sex twice with McGowan, most recently on December 4th at his house in La Verne. The report reads, Hall said that she and McGowan had been close forever, and one time he told her to use me if she ever wanted to have sex. Hall confirmed that she and McGowan would send nudes back and forth. It is unclear if any of the officers will appeal. So there you go, guys. I'm sure that was a little confusing with all the names going around here, but the bottom line is this. You got a whole chunk of this one local police department has been fired now, or on leave, wherever the hell it is, because they're all hooking up with this female cop. And I mean, this is an example where I talk about how a woman who's just average can hold a sign that says free, you know what, and there'd be a line of dudes down the street. And even if she wasn't that good looking, I guarantee you there'd still be a lot of guys sneaking in and having their fun with her as long as nobody else found out they were hooking up with her. You know, maybe she's overweight or I don't know what. Guys are pigs. We certainly are. And the gals know it, but good Lord. And again, once again, we are in Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0, and you can't make this shit up. Right there. So I think that in the future they need to have a little more of a screening process with future candidates and all that, but good Lord. And look at all the families and lives that are being destroyed because of all this. Good freaking Lord. Time to get some traditional values in, I think. All right, guys, that's it for today. It's a quick one, but I could not resist doing this story. A bunch of you guys sent it in, so shout out to all you guys and the one gal that sent this story in. Be sure to comment down below, let me know what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.